subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right, we're in the building. Yes, we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the building. Welcome to the Tap In with me, Tariq. Round of applause for you. Glad to have everybody in the building, ready to chop up great game and conversation as we always do, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get started, though, let me shout out to some of the regulars up in the building. We do have a lot up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of folks in here already, and I'm loving it. We got Stones, we got Brother Maroc, Sweets, Brother Highland, Cool Keezy, Ty Powell. We got the Atavists, we got Black Views FBA, we got Hip Hop Purist, we got Love I Am, Hoodoo Grinds TV, we got Sister Brooke, Brother McCall, Wayne Dretsky, and the legendary Tethanator in the building. So much respect to everybody. Much respect to you all. Boy, there's a lot of stuff we got to cover. So y'all give me a retweet. Let everybody know that we are. Yeah, let everybody know that we are live. Sorry about that. My phone ringing. I'm sorry, guys. But let everybody know that we're live right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Can y'all hear me? Because I hate when I'm doing a live and then my phone rings. I hate when. Can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you guys can hear me good, give me a thumbs up. Let me know, because I hate when I do that and people know that I'm live and then they'll call my phone and that. Okay, I'm glad we're good, because that just messes up my thing sometimes. All right, we're good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. What was I saying? Because there's a lot going on in my damn house right now. Family, did y'all see what's going on with Tyler Perry? Our brother Tyler Perry. Man, they done put a lawsuit on Tyler Perry. Goodness gracious, they done put a lawsuit on our brother Tyler Perry, saying that he had a hankering for some Bucci cat. Some dude, some actor, one of these actors, I think that he had him in the show The Oval. The guy, the actors, I forgot what the guy's name is. The guy white or Latino? What is the guy? Somebody help me out. Somebody, I don't watch The Oval. A lot of those shows I don't watch. A lot of them shows I just don't watch them. No disrespect. I like Tyler Perry's plays. The plays are funny. Some of those shows are, so I don't really watch the show. Is the guy white or Latino or Creole? What is the guy? Does anybody know? Raise your hand and I have you on real quick if you know. I just like to be right and exact with whatever I'm saying. Um, let's get Tethanator in here, see if he knows. Tethanator, what's going on with the guy? Tethanator, what's up, brother? Where you at, Tethanator?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, brother?
How you doing? Yeah, he's Caucasian.
Okay, just a white boy.
He's a white boy, yep.
Okay. I didn't know, because I saw some of the pictures. He kind of looks exotic, kind of had a Latino thing, but just a regular white boy. Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Yeah, so the allegations, the lawsuit, there's some pretty raunchy stuff in the lawsuit. There's some raunchy stuff. It's the guy was saying that Tyler Perry was coming on to him, and he done slept at Tyler Perry's house, and um he was sleeping in the guest room, and Tyler Perry kept making little sexual innuendos, and then he said he was talking about all the text messages he was getting from Tyler Perry. They were going back and forth, and some of the text messages are public now, and oh goodness. Yeah, it was a little moist. It's a little moist. Um Then the guy said that he was at Tyler Perry's house in the guest room or something, and Tyler Perry got into bed with him and put his hand on his thigh. Good Lord. Oh, yes. Some of them text messages. Okay. It looked like Tyler was trying to get a zaddy. I don't know. I don't know. But some of those text messages, um, yeah, listen. Tyler might have had a little hankering for some zaddy hole, but the guy still might, he might be running he's trying to get like the $200 million. So it's kind of a finesse. Yeah. It's kind of a finesse. I don't know. I guess he tried to frame it as um Tyler wanted some bussy in exchange for some rolls. So that's how they're trying to frame it. So yeah, he was required to give up some booty meat to get an acting gig. Um, but the thing is, a lot of folks, let's be real, a lot of people were not shocked by these allegations. And we're not saying that. I'm not saying that to disrespect Tyler Perry. I respect Tyler Perry stuff. I'm a fan of the brother, man. I just like what he's doing as a black man, and he's built an empire, and I respect that. I'm not a hustle hater. I respect the brother's grind. Um, yeah, could some of the work, some of the projects are hit or miss. There was that one movie he did, the Madea Halloween. What else? That shit was so horrible. It was almost deliberately horrible so people could hate watch it. It's just very, very bad. But shows like or movies like Why Did I Get Married? Loved it. So it's like a hit or miss. Hit or miss. But like I said, a lot of people were not really shocked. They weren't really shocked by these allegations against our brother Tyler. And if Tyler has a hankering for whatever he has a hankering for, that's his prerogative. Yeah, as long as it's not being exploitive. But the thing is, there's been long-standing rumors about Tyler's sexuality for years in Hollywood online communities. People saying that he was in the closet, and he's denied that. But many people have been speculating about that for years. Excuse me. The Boondocks, remember they did an episode with that Winston Jerome character, that infamous episode called Pause, where they did a whole parody of Tyler Perry, and he was trying to get that thing shut down. And the parody, boy, they were really, really flaming him on that. They were saying like if he kept getting all the men around him, and he had to get with them if they wanted a role. And they were saying in the cartoon that the Madea character, the persona, is basically there to mask his desires. So, this has been around for years. And, the whole Madea, the signature character, the Madea character that he's embodied for years, that doesn't indicate anything about sexuality, but people are like, okay, with that included, with all this other stuff, it's kind of suspicious. And you pair that with the fact that our brother Tyler, he doesn't really have the many public relationships with women. So a lot of people have been questioning that. Um, like a lot of other successful male celebrities, they out there with different women, but um Tyler Perry, he's rarely been seen publicly dating women like that. And which is it's okay. Again, I'm not saying this to judge the brother. Just like with our brother Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross was a flaming queen. We love Luther. Luther was the greatest singer ever. But Luther Vandross was a queen. Yeah. And I'm not saying that as a pejorative. I'm not saying that as a negative thing. That's why, you never saw Luther Vandross with no woman. And then later on in his videos, he stopped having the women like where he's singing to the women in the video. He'll just be somewhere singing somewhere else and then have some other couples reenact the love scenes and all that stuff. But you know, that is what it is. It's just almost like an open secret to a certain degree. But you know what? Here's the interesting thing about the Tyler Perry situation. Unlike a Diddy case or a Bill Cosby case, these allegations, that might actually work in Tyler Perry's favor. This actually might work out for him. Listen, like with Diddy was getting into some moist stuff, but he was having the women do it. So in the system of white supremacy, if you got some non-black women who's being sexually controlled and dominated by a black man, that's just one of the unwritten rules. But see, this is a little different. This is the little difference. See, so Tyler is accused of, having a hankering for some alabaster pussy. And, Hollywood, they have a history of protecting LGBT perceived figures. See, like in modern entertainment circles, coming out as LGBT, especially like under a scandal or some kind of pressure, that'll lead to public sympathy and support. So if Tyler is seen as a closeted gay man, the media, they might kind of rush to protect him, then basically hold him accountable. You understand? So if Tyler frames himself as a victim of cancel culture, um, he can deflect attention away from actual allegations and say, okay, well, this is homophobia. If he flips it on their asses and embraces it, so this could lead to increase LGBT funding. If he leans into it, see, that's the thing with Tyler. He can pull a chess move and kind of lean into it, pull a Gillum. He'd pull an Andrew Gillum. Now, remember when Andrew Gillum got caught in that hotel with all them bussy stains on the sheets? Yeah, he tried to, because there were allegations about Andrew Gillum for years, but boy, when he got caught in that hotel, all laid out, I mean, they banged that nigga unconscious. So then he came on out, he leaned into it. He like, yes, he did that interview and the nigga put on some rouge. That nigga had on some Fenty rouge and some lip liner and shit. He sassed it up a little bit. He had his eyebrows arched. You like, yeah, well, I have a little bisexuality going on. Okay. So he went the bisexual route. He likes pussy and bussy. So he kind of leaned into it a little bit. Yeah. So that kind of got the pressure off, So now that he's leaned into it, you can't sit there and criticize him for having a bussy palooza in the hotel room down in Miami. Uh, and it went away. The Gillum, that stuff went away. The media doesn't talk about it. They don't talk about him. And remember, Gillum was in a hotel, ass all up in the air, spread, knocked out. This nigga, I mean, that was a horrible scene. They act like that shit don't even happen now. They act like that shit don't even, that, like it didn't even happen. Yeah. And in fact, they don't let people put pictures of it on the internet no more. There was a whole bunch of pictures on Twitter. They don't let you put it up there no more. Yeah. So if Tyler leans into it, he can kind of flip it. And he can boost relevance. Yeah, Hollywood rewards that system for safe black men. Yeah, they don't mind a wealthy black man who ain't out here about to get with all the white women. They don't have a problem with that. If a black man out here ain't out here smashing the white women, having these children, getting with these white women and having these mixed and black children, no, they ain't got a problem with that. If he wants a little bussy here and there, they ain't got no problem with that. They'll encourage that because what they don't want to do is start attacking him. And then that discourages other similar types of relationships. They want to encourage that. That's something that they definitely want to encourage with black people, especially black males. They want to encourage that with black males. So it's going to be really, real interesting to see how this thing plays out, ladies and gentlemen. But more power to Tyler. That's our brother. I think that's unfortunate. This white boy, I think white boy's trying to get a bag, and I think the white boy was probably down with it, and he didn't get the bag he wanted. You understand? I think that that white boy probably been throwing some bussy around Hollywood, allegedly. I don't know. This is conjecture. This is conjecture. But yeah, sleeping at dudes' cribs and all of that. Nigga, you know what it was. You know what it was. I guess he didn't get a big enough bag. He spent all that oval money. Yeah, he went from oval to oral, and he didn't get the bag he wanted. So I digress. Let me get some calls in here. Y'all come on in here, family. Let me see who's all in here. We got a lot of people in here very, very quickly. Over 1,000 very quickly. Hop on in, everybody. Zona, let's get Zona in the building. Zona in the building. Zona in the building. Hop on in, Zona. Zona, unmute that mic.
Yeah, I got it right. I gotta take it off Bluetooth. Take me down.
Okay. Well, yeah. Y'all get those phones together, family. When you get on, please get those phones together. That would be great. Let's get, who is this? Ancient Yellow Bones or Ancient Yellow Bones. I hope this ain't one of these sex pages. Hold on. Let me look at this. Okay. Ancient Yellow Bones, hop on. I got to make sure this ain't one of them pages with some weird stuff going on it. What's up, Ancient Yellow Bones? Hop on in. Yeah, ancient. Where you at, man? Don't mess up the flow. All right. Let's get some more people in. Let me get Jason Liu. He called in last night. Jason, what's up, Jason? Yes, sir. I can hear you. What's going on?
Oh man, hey, I wanted to call in to ask you, man, what do you think of this Iran situation? Because it's getting hot right now. It's getting crazy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's again, it's about to be a major occupation going on over there. Um yeah, the US, I think Trump tweeted something about they got control of Iran's airspace. So it's about
Yeah, man.
yeah. So uh,
I'm gonna ask you right here, right now, do you think they're gonna attack the US?
I think there's a big possibility. That's my concern. I think there's a major possibility because Iran is already, pointing the finger at the US, and we don't know how many sleeper cells they have over here because they've opened up the floodgate and they let so many people over here. So we don't know who's over here. That's why this whole immigration thing, we got to kind of tighten that thing up a little bit because, yeah, we don't know who's over here ready to set off a suicide bomb for the cause. We don't know. We don't know. And again, it's going to get very, very interesting. All right. Let me get some more calls in here. Everybody raise your hand. Raise your hand if you are ready, ladies and gentlemen. If you are ready, raise your hand because we do have a lot of folks in here. Let's get brother Israelite. Israelite in the building. Hop on in, Israelite. Israelite, where you at? Israelite. Okay, Israelite ain't saying nothing, so we'll get black or nothing. What's up, black?
Oh, not much. Well, I think it's kind of crazy. He wants some pussy. Um, Tyler Perry, man, this is kind of crazy because it seems like Hollywood is taking down brothers left and right. They
Yeah.
R. Kelly. They say they're trying to kill him. He claiming that the police trying to kill him. Now you got now you got Diddy. Now they got Tyler Perry. He wants some pussy, some white pussy. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of crazy, man. I don't know if this is like a takedown or it just kind of crazy to me. But I don't know, man. I just think it's kind of like a conspiracy. But I just lay my plane there, man.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, man, it's interesting. Yeah, R. Kelly, he said that he got poisoned while he was in jail. He got poisoned and he had to go to the hospital and all that. And they're trying to get him released. So they might be trying to off him in there, unfortunately. So that's not a good thing. Speaking of bussy, we got Bushmeat Barrister in here. Bushmeat Barrister, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Tariq, I have a question for you. Dr. Umar Johnson just recently said on a podcast that the state of Black Americans is that they're currently, what he said, think he said that they are in a terrible state, basically, and that they're dreaming or something like that. That they're just in a terrible state right now. Do you agree with him that the state of Black America, it's damning and it's just very bad?
Opposed to who?
Well, he brought up some great points that basically, did you recently know, and I just actually went ahead and verified that Black women currently have the highest rates of suicide. They're deleting themselves, probably higher than men right now. Um, the single mother rate is high. The obesity rate is extremely high as well. Nothing. Black American people are not doing well, and this is coming from his mouth that Black Americans are in a terrible state, that they're dreaming or they're just not on code.
Oh, got it.
So
As opposed to what? Now you got to show me doing so great that we could emulate. Show me some people, because it ain't white people. White people ain't doing that damn great with the opioid. They got suicide, child molestation rampant, neurological diseases, stuff like that. So it's not them. So who else? Who else?
well, he wasn't talking. He wasn't comparing. It's not a competition. It's about
Say
improving
that.
Black American
No,
people. So I just wanted to get your perspective
now,
because
if you say that, then it would be you have to compare it to something. Doing bad compared to what? So yeah, you do have to compare it to something because there's a lot of people doing bad. Every group is doing bad. Your people are doing bad. I mean, y'all starving and you got Ebola. So you got people running south of the border, getting thrown back. They're doing bad right now. They're gaffling up Asians right now. I've seen some Asian immigrants get thrown. They threw some shrimp fried rice at their ass and tossed them up in an ice van. So who's doing so good right now?
Well, Tariq, let's say if your son was doing bad in school, are you going to compare him to other students who are doing bad? So, I mean, so let's stop deflecting and
No,
focusing on other groups.
look at
You should start just focusing on.
look at that school. And if all the students are doing bad, well, that's something to do with the whole school itself. If all the students are doing bad. All right, so that has something to do. We can look at the whole society because it ain't just us. People are not just going to point the finger at foundational Black Americans. You're not going to do that. We're going to look at everybody. How's everybody doing? You understand? And people ain't doing that much better than us, so they're not at liberty to point fingers. So if my kid is doing bad in school and all the other kids are doing bad, don't sit up here talking about how bad my kid is doing. Fix everybody in the damn class. That's the point, right?
No, you should just focus on your son, your
But it
your children, not everyone else.
then you
Your child is the main priority,
then-
not other
but
people.
if your
So you should stop. So you shouldn't be comparing them to other students.
but if your children are doing worse than mine, why don't you focus on your children instead of mine? Why are you focusing on my kid who has nothing to do with you? Huh?
I just wanted to get your perspective
If-
on the state of Black America because, according to him, Black Americans are not doing
And
very well in
according to me,
2025.
and according to me, we're doing better than most other people, including your people in that village you fled from. So as long as we're doing better than that, we're cool, right? Now, what other stats do y'all have about Black women? Y'all always talking about Black women this, Black women that. What's all this shit about Black women? What y'all always got some root?
Well, Father's Day was this past Sunday, and it's just a tragedy that, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people were posting this stat that almost three-fourths, almost 75% of young Black boys and girls were not able to potentially celebrate Father's Day because, there's no father in the home. And a lot of that is due to the culture that most Black women are taught, where they're taught that they don't need a man, that they're independent. They should just, they just want to use men. They see Black men as objects. They don't respect Black men. So, um, I mean, basically, I think you should talk more about that.
Okay, let's talk about it. What about it?
Well, I mean, I mean, basically, and I know what this because again, I believe this past weekend you posted a video of your family in New York City. It's just a shame. It's very your children are blessed. I mean, that's not the case for most Black children in America. They won't ever have an opportunity to experience that. Going on those family trips, having a father around. And that's a huge problem in the Black community, especially specifically Black American culture.
But
Why can't you fix it? Why can't this?
But a person who abandoned their homeland and there's a bunch of orphans in his homeland, you're not at liberty, Bushmeat Barrister. You're not at liberty. We're doing okay. We're not.
That's not.
That's the answer. You're not at liberty. You come from a place where there's orphans running around talking about fatherlessness. So you do a lot of projecting. You project
I'm not doing.
push push me. You do a lot of society.
You do a lot of deflecting. You're not.
No, you project the failure of your culture. That's why everything you try to focus on us, we are fine. We don't have a bunch of orphans running around, sir. We don't. And just because people are not married, that doesn't mean the men are not taking care of their children. There are men who are still taking care of their children, even though the man and the woman are not married. Y'all, on the other hand, Bushmeat, y'all just abandon the whole village. Y'all come over and leave and just start a whole new family and leave them little orphans over there, sir. So you just that what we're saying is that you're not at liberty to say all that. Let me get Eastsider in here. Eastsider wants to talk to you. He's raising his hand. Eastsider, hop on in. Then I'm gonna get Nikki. Eastsider, what's happening? Brother, I'm good, East. How are you, bro? Go ahead, East. Ah, East Side. Where you at, man?
Another Black American with a janky phone.
Oh, hey, they bought it from a tether. Nikki the God, hop on in here.
I'm here.
Oh, wait. Let's get East Side. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I got it was double mute. So it's funny you said that about a Black American in A fall. Speaking of janky, Mr. Barrister, I got a question for you, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Didn't you say that we need to worry about ourselves when he was talking about a systemic issue?
Worry about. No, I just said that. Well, I am Black. That's why it does concern me. So Black people in general in America need to focus on this issue right now. We have so many issues that we're facing: obesity, education, the lack of family. There's just so many systemic issues that Black people in America are facing right now. And until we resolve those issues, we cannot. It's pointless to
Okay,
talk about reparations and all that other stuff.
okay. I got a couple questions behind that, if you don't mind, Tariq.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Well, now that you mentioned that, let me ask you this: why are you worried in particular about what we're doing if it's not?
Because I'm Black. Everything that
Oh,
Black Americans do, I, you know, I'm a part
so
of. I
okay,
just,
are you really going to be worried about our women and anything like that? And my next question is, what do you plan on doing about any of this? What is your solution that you plan on implementing
I
personally?
don't have a platform like Tariq. That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking Tariq. He could
but
use
neither
his,
do I.
and
But
that's why don't you challenge Tariq and tell him rather than use his platform to be divisive.
Because the thing is, most people don't have a platform like me, but that's not stopping them from doing stuff in the community. You don't need a platform like mine. Most people don't have this kind of platform, but that shouldn't stop you. Why is that stopping you? Bushmeat Barrister?
I do what I can do, but I'm just saying you have a bigger platform to to reach most people out there, and rather than be divisive, why don't you just provide solutions
Divisive,
to,
divisive to who?
towards the entire African diaspora,
How
African people? You call us tethers, you call us that we're the enemies. You say that we're the enemies when we're not. We just
you are. When I we when we speak about tethers, we're talking about you, people like you. We're not talking about the whole African diaspora. Some of you are tethers. Some of you do grimy shit like you. Some of you have vitriol and secret contempt for us like you. And we're calling that out. What makes y'all think we ain't going to call you out? Hmm? What makes you think you're above being called out? Nikki the God, hop on in, Nikki. Oh, hold on. Let me get Nikki in here. I got to add her in. Let me get Nikki. Nikki, hop on in. Waiting on Nikki to get in. Nikki, where you at? All right, let's get Eastside back in. Eastside, go ahead, brother.
All right. Thank you, brother. And to attest to your point, we, about us not having vitriol, for anybody in the diaspora. And, as far as also the platform, if it wasn't for us going down to Tulsa back in 2021, we wouldn't have got the reparations talk going for the survivors. I was there personally with our brother Ozone. We the ones that put foot to pavement and actually went out there and stopped for our people. What have you done, Mr. Barrister?
Yeah, I've done what I can do as an average Black American man. I've done what I can do. I've spoken up. I've helped other young Black boys out there
No, you haven't.
provide
No,
opportunities for them. So
all you do.
I've done what I can
No, you have.
do, but I don't have a huge platform. I don't have the
All
most money. I don't
Bush
have
meat,
that much
Bush
power.
meat, all you do is stay in our spaces, whining, pointing fingers. You call Jason Black whining. You call me whining. You and all of you come around foundational Black American influencers just to whine and complain about us being divisive, like we ain't supposed to check you. You understand? So you're not.
Why don't you? Let me ask you this, Tariq. Why don't you just go ahead and debate Myron? I think that would be an awesome debate between you and Myron,
Was that?
because Myron actually has solutions on how to fix the Black community.
That's
You
why
don't.
I want to talk about. You see, you can't say we're divisive and you sitting here dick sucking my
I'm not. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that Myron actually has solutions on how to fix the issues that the
denigrate.
Black Americans facing in this country.
You're talking about somebody who denigrates our culture while leeching off of our culture. And look, that you know the terms of me debating Myron. You know what it is. Y'all know what the price is. Get the money. If you want me to debate him, get the damn money up. Don't keep talking to me. Now the price is up to 75K. Like I said, anytime people ask me about it and y'all ain't got the bread, the price goes up. So I'm here. It costs though. So get that bread. Don't y'all tethers do so well? Well, do well and work hard and get the money. All right?
All right. Have a good one.
The mustache out of here. Let me tell y'all, let me say this. These tethers love that divisive talk. They act like they are above getting checked. Y'all not above getting checked. You're not above getting checked. Nikki, hop on in real quick. Nikki, hop on in. You get your microphone together, ma'am.
Did he say that Black women have the highest suicide rate?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, non-Hispanic, like American Indian, Native, they have 13.8%. Non-Hispanic white women have 7.1, and Black women have 3.3. So we are way past third on the bottom,
Yeah.
from the top. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Rude work, feel that natural flow. Rude work, stay fresh wherever you go. Rude work, I like the way it feels. Rude work, the magic is so real. Rude work, you need it for work or play. Rude work keeps me fresh throughout the day.